Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Sounds of Care podcast from the Ronald McDonald House. I'm here with a very special family today, the Jedwabnys from Appleton. Thank you for joining me.
Absolutely glad to be here.
So you have a very, very interesting and touching story. If you wouldn't mind first introducing yourselves, and we'll dive right in.
I'm Tyler Jedwabny, Brett's father.
Grant Jedwabny, Brett's brother.
What's your name, bud?
I'm Brett Jedwabny.
And I'm Nicole Jedwabny, Brett's mom.
All right. So, Tyler, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit what happened with Brett and what brought you to the house.
Yeah, so on July 9th, started out like, any other day. Basic get up. These two are on summer break. My wife's a teacher, so she's on summer break, and try to make as little noise as possible because you don't wake them up. Head to work, and normal day at work, and then around 12:10, the most horrific call that you'll ever receive from your wife, claiming that an accident happened with your son, and that he was gone. He's gone. He's not here anymore. To then, taking the 35-minute drive back home as fast as you could. I believe I made it in about 19 minutes. To finally getting a call from a neighbor who ran over and is a firefighter and said, we have a pulse and we have a chance. So that then turned into race to get to the ambulance. I was able to beat the ambulance to the hospital and quickly followed them and got to the hospital to where they did a craniotomy because of the brain injury. And from there, after that was concluded, they flew him down to Milwaukee. So accident happened about 12:10, and by about 4 o'clock, we were down here starting a nightmare.
Wow. And Nicole, you were around as well during this time. I mean, that's a really quick transition. I mean, what was that like for you guys in a span of a couple hours?
Yeah, it just all happened so quickly, and the timing was right with how the first responders came to our house, to the hospital, and then them directing us for Brett to get on the helicopter to Children's here at Milwaukee. It just seemed like the timing was all perfect and things were lining up.
So cumulatively, you have been at the house 127 days.
That's an incredible number.
Yeah.
I did not know the number that we were at this house, and that's a big number.
Yeah, it didn't seem like that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because it felt like home here. Just, I remember the first couple days I had not showered or ate anything in days. And Tyler came over to the hospital because I would not leave Brett's side. He said, Nicole, you really need to go over to the Ronald McDonald House to take a shower and just to eat a meal and just spend a little time, take a nap or read a book or, play basketball with Grant outside. I didn't want to, but it's really nice that there is that little sky bridge and you can literally make it over here in about 5 minutes of a walk.
Easy.
And I knew it was close and I felt connected between the hospital and this Ronald McDonald House. So,
What was the introduction to the house like? When you first stepped in, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, so the first night, it was a scatter. And Nicole and I we stayed in the hospital with him. We sent Grant over to a cousin's house just to be by family. The next day is when a couple family members kind of said, hey, there's the Ronald McDonald House. And I said, well, I'm not leaving. And Nicole obviously wasn't leaving as well. So my cousin came over here and started the process, explained the situation like, hey, their son might not make it. But if he does, they're going to need a place to stay. And he had everything set up to the point where I just walked over here. We met with Aaron, and he sat down with me and my cousin, went over everything, got us a room. And when I walked in, I'm like, wow. Like it's a living room, it's a bedroom, it's a bathroom. There was a gift bag there for us. I quickly said, like, okay, if we are in this for the long haul, we can pull this off and have a place for my other son Grant here, and we can be a family and get through this in proximity, because we didn't know what that was going to look like at that point in time. It was so fresh. So the transition from going there to here was handled so smooth. You could tell they've done it before.
Yeah, and you guys just finished up here, and now you're back.
Yes.
I mean, welcome back, first and foremost.
Yeah, this time back here feels pretty darn good because Brett's with us. Brett's sitting right here. And in our family, if anybody does anything at all for us, we try to pay it forward as much as we can and give back and help support people that help support us and lifted us up and gave us a chance to be a family in a very, very dark time. So when this came across, we jumped at the opportunity. And yeah, it was a little quick because we just came home on Saturday and it's Wednesday and here we are.
That's amazing.
We have to do it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things you have to do.
So, I mean, there's a lot of emotion throughout the process, I'm sure. Tell me about, how did the house help with those emotions? What did you do to keep yourselves busy? I mean, you're going back and forth.
Well, after a few weeks, we were able to apply for the extended living part here at the house for people that are going to have their children extended stay at the hospital. And so it's beautiful. It's a newer,
Very modern.
Like an apartment. And so that was really helpful because then we were able to have it feel like a home.
Yep.
And I think the volunteers here really made it feel so welcoming. Every time I would walk in and out, whether it was like really early in the morning or coming back late at night, they always asked me how my day was, how was Brett. They knew my first name, they knew Grant's name, they knew that Grant needed to go home on Sunday nights so that he had to go back to school. One lady said she would help with homework for Grant, and they would tease about her favorite football team. His was the Packers.
That's a good choice, Grant.
Seahawks.
Yeah.
So it felt.
The
Oh,
Seahawks.
she was Packers. He's
He was
Seahawks.
You're
Seahawks.
What makes you a Seahawks fan? What is this?
Halloween.
Oh,
It's a cool jersey.
there we go. Cool.
So they just built this relationship with us, so it felt like we were family here.
Yeah, and that the relationships that we formed, I mean, we walked in today and one of the volunteers up front's like, "Oh my gosh, I have not seen you in forever."
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible. When you can walk into essentially a foreign place and be here for a couple weeks, and next thing you know, they're all calling you by name and know your son's name, ask how Brett's doing. If you have a tough day, there'd be nothing for them to stand up and give you a hug and say, "It's going to be okay, we got you."
Yeah.
Is there anything I can get you?
And speaking of that, of getting you something, so it was one night where you were at the hospital with Brett, Grant and I were here, and I could tell Grant was getting a fever, or he was not feeling well. And I said, I don't even have a thermometer. I have like nothing here. And so I called down, and sure enough, they had thermometer, and they said, we'll just drop it off by the door, and they left some medicine just in case. But it was just having they have all what you need, the supplies, to make you feel like you are at home. And not to feel like bad, like I don't have this stuff. I mean, we just came with the clothes on
Clothes
our
on
back.
backs, yeah.
And it just felt so nice to be able to be still able to take care of him, and they could provide those things for us.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So it really, I mean, they always say it's a home away from home. It
Yes.
seems like all of you are very comfortable to come back here, open doors.
Yeah.
So while Brett was at Children's.
Yep.
Yeah.
So while Brett was at Children's, I mean, Grant, you guys were here quite a bit, as you said. What did you guys do? I mean, Grant, what did you like doing the most while you were sitting at the house? Yeah, I heard you're kind of a baller.
Yeah, going outside, playing basketball. And then our cousins are like right there, and they would come over. We'd play hide and seek outside, and it's good.
Nice.
And then
The game room.
the game room.
Who's better at ping pong, me or you?
Me.
Oh, come on.
Oh, really?
Come on, man.
Maybe your dad just let you win. I don't know. You think so?
Who knows?
Kidding.
We had some pretty intense battles.
Yeah.
We had some pretty
We just
intense
have a
battles.
beautiful outside area with lots of patio furniture. We could eat dinner out there.
Yeah. It
Play
allowed
basketball.
us to. We are a family at home. Our house was the center hub for the family. Something happened. It happened at our house. we got everybody together. The outside area here, the big kitchens that they have, they allowed our family in to come around. They know that a family is grieving and they need their other family to have that support. So to have the outside and have us order 4 or 5 pizzas and have family that lives kind of close to here in Milwaukee be able to come and visit and just have a sense of normalcy for, an hour and a half is absolutely incredible. And it allowed him to have his cousins there and release some of that steam and energy. Another area that is just absolutely amazing, and I don't know that a lot of people take advantage of it, is the trails that are in the woods just off to the, I guess if you're facing the house off to the right.
The deer.
There's deer in there, there's birds, there's turkeys, it's everything. And there was even some coyotes, which was kind of cool one night. That was kind of fun.
We won't put that in the podcast.
I don't know, it's kind of cool to hear.
That is really neat.
We're up north people, so it was cool.
Yeah.
But to take a walk just to be in nature, let just your mind go, and you can scream out there and yell and nobody can hear you, and it's probably good to get a little steam off. So
That's excellent. Did you meet other families while you were here that you've connected with? And
Yes, actually, we've become really good friends with them, and we text regularly, and we have some that are from Seattle and Alabama. Everybody's story is different, but we're all sharing the same. It's different, but we're still in the same type of situation.
With that, it's the meals that come in to here and the dinner time that's always at 6 o'clock. Is that right, 6 o'clock?
Around that,
yeah. Around 6 o'clock. Kind of has everybody gather together, and next thing you know, you get very close to some of these families to where, my wife, being here majority of the time because I had to bring him back to school, became very close to some of the other mothers that were here. They still talk on a very regular basis, all in different situations, but we're all here. And the McDonald House provides an opportunity through the meals and other situations to get together, which is absolutely incredible.
so I saw on Brett's shirt the hashtag. Tell me about the hashtag.
Yeah, gosh, who even came up with it? I don't even know who exactly came up with it. It's just, I think one of those Brett Strong, right? And the poor kid was kind of counted out day one. He was counted out, we were told after day 2 that he had 24 more hours to live, to have people prepare to start coming to say some words if they wanted to say some words to him. And that never came. And he just kept fighting through it, and his perseverance is absolutely incredible. So the Brett Strong mantra kind of started, and it kind of pulled us through. It rallied everybody. And, we got his Appleton North basketball team put that together. There's a fishing team that he's on, has the Brett Strong mantra. There's several shirts in the local community. It doesn't stop at Appleton North. It's Kaukauna High School where, I went and Nicole went to high school. It's actually just been a rally cry, and it's great to see communities come together to support each other and lift people up when they're down, because it takes it all. It really does. I don't know without that mantra or without the support of the entire community if we can be where we are today as a family.
Yeah, for sure. Talk about a fighter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of people out there, and we ask this to all the families that are on the podcast. They might not know about the house, and I think for me to hear your stories, it's so sad because it's such an incredible place. Mm-hmm. What would you say to those families? Well, sell the house for them. Why is this an incredible place?
You want to start that one?
This house, you say the Ronald McDonald House, but to me, this house became our home, and that's what was most important, that we felt we could still be a family here, and we are well taken care of. The communication between the house and the hospital
was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've been in a total of 3 Ronald McDonald houses. He was actually born with his organs outside of his body, born down in Madison. So we had a 3.5-week stay down in the Madison area, Ronald McDonald House. Great experience. We obviously then were here, and then we stayed in the Ronald McDonald House down in Chicago. I equate it out, and how I sell this house in Northeast Wisconsin here is every Ronald McDonald House has the same opportunity. They provide a lot of the same things. I can tell you one thing that stands out about this house right here is the heartbeat of the volunteers, the heartbeat of the workers, and
Yes.
their just genuine care for the
Care.
families.
Yes.
And their understanding of the situation that you're in.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, there'd be
it's second
times
to none.
when they knew we would be walking back, and we would just, you could tell, they could tell that we needed just a hug, and they would get up and just give us a big squeeze and let us cry, or they would say, "Tell us something that Brett did." So they were.
Yeah, they took care of us during the
Yes.
downs, and they celebrated the wins. When we'd come
Yes.
back with a win, they would want to hear it.
Yeah.
And they would champion that win just as much as we would as a parent. And when you're a parent, you're super proud. And when you see other people get as excited as you are for your kid giving a thumbs up that you never thought he would be able to do, was absolutely, it's just, it gives you goosebumps. It really does. And that's what separates this house
Yes.
from other houses that we've been in. And that's why when this opportunity came on, it's like, nope, you go. You run at these opportunities to help out who helped you.
Grant, what's the coolest part about the house?
I would say probably the outside. It's cool out there.
Yeah?
What's one thing here that was pretty cool with basketball and then your other favorite sport that happened?
What happened when? No, who came to visit
Wait.
that day?
The Brewers,
Yeah.
South Freelick, and Bryce Strang. Yeah, that was really cool.
The Brewers came to visit? You
Yes.
played basketball with them?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
dunked on by Bryce.
It was
We
really.
don't- we don't talk about that.
It was early on in our journey
Yeah.
here, and it was just one of those days where Grant, he had to endure a lot and experience a lot of things that most kids do not have to experience. And so it was just such a great pick me up for that Saturday. And the two Brewers players were amazing and spent time coloring with some of the little girls that came, playing basketball. It just made them feel for that moment not to think about their sibling at the hospital.
Yep. And, to kind of speak on that whole day, I think it happens once a year where some brewers come over and kind of hang out and spend some time at the house. To kind of illustrate, they get to know your family when you're here. I mean, there was phone calls of like, hey, this is going on. Make sure Grant is here. Make sure Grant is here.
Yes.
Make sure Grant is here. And, obviously we jumped at that opportunity and made sure he was here. And that day did not disappoint. I mean, as a dad, I love baseball. I love the Brewers. But to see him get a moment of wow in his eye that was gone for a while because of the situation he was in was awesome. It was really cool. And Bryce Turang and Sal Freelick are some amazing young men. And we ended up seeing them at a Chicago White Sox game when the Brewers were there, and Grant run down and said something to him, and hey, we played basketball against you. And I was like,
Yes.
holy cow, that's almost a year later, and you guys remember
that was
that.
really
So
cool.
it means as much to them as it does to these kids and people in the house here. But their care of the house's care of making sure Grant was there because they knew he liked baseball. They knew he liked the Brewers. They weren't going to let him miss that day. Even if we probably had to miss, they were going to make sure somehow. They probably would have said, you guys go do what you need to do. We'll watch him. But make sure he had that day, which is incredible.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank you for coming down and being here and telling your story. Is there anything else you want to add? You have the floor for people to hear. Anything we didn't cover? I mean, it's an incredible story.
I guess the one thing I can say is, the Ronald McDonald House, everybody thinks of collecting the pop tabs, and they think, oh, what does that really do? If you only understood what that really does, it provides the opportunities for them to provide the little things for families that they are 100% going to forget, like toothpaste, toothbrush, all that kind of fun stuff. That helps supplement that so they can provide the home-like opportunity for families that they're not in the right frame of mind. So collect those pop tabs, turn them in. They have plenty of opportunities throughout the state to do it. We ran a big pop tab thing through a Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group and our families and raised a bunch of pop tabs, and it collect them, bring them in, turn them in. It does great for the families. This house is amazing. I can't say enough about it. We plan on coming back because we'll have plenty of opportunities to come back through doctor's appointments and stuff, and we know for sure this is what we're gonna call home.
Well, 127 days says a lot. So thank you all again. Really appreciate your time and telling your story today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to the Sounds of Care podcast. We were very excited to see that Brett made his first visit to the Magic Room. He went in there with his brother Grant, and they picked out some pretty cool stuff. If you'd like to support families like the families on today's podcast who call this place home away from home, make sure to visit our website. And until next time, thanks for tuning in.